There are K-dramas that don't hide anything. Hot scenes, absurd sexual tension, and performances so realistic that it's hard to believe it was just acting. Today, you'll see the 5 K-dramas that seem to have no censorship at all. And I warn you, the last one on the list has a scene that still divides opinions to this day. Do you have the courage to watch until the end? There are K-dramas that deliver romance. There are K-dramas that deliver tension. And there's Nevertheless, which delivers both, and still seems like it forgot to add censorship to the script. From the first episode, we already understand the message. This isn't a cute romance with shy kisses and camera cuts. It's real chemistry, it's skin, it's blatant desire in every look between Nabi, played by Han So-hee, and Jae-yeon, played by Song Kang. The series revolves around 2 young people who clearly attract each other, but are emotionally screwed up. And maybe that's exactly why the thing works so well. They're not there to build a pure and idealized love, they're there to consume each other. And the series makes sure to show this in detail. Every touch, every approach, every kiss seems rehearsed in hell, it's so hot. The cinematography helps, of course. The light and shadow play in the most intimate scenes are worthy of a European film. But what draws the most attention is the type of direction. Everything is done to seem as real as possible. When Nabi touches Jae-yeon's face, you see her hand trembling. When they kiss, it's the sound of breathing, hand-pulling hair, and a silence that screams sexual tension. There's a specific scene, and those who watched know which one, where the 2 are in bed, and the series simply lets it happen. No quick cut, no loud music to disguise. It's just the sound of bodies, of breathing, and of what can't be faked. It's impossible to watch and not think, guys, was that really just acting? And then the rumors start. During the drama's broadcast, social media exploded with theories about a possible romance between the actors. The reason was precisely the intensity of the scenes, the naturalness, the absurd commitment of both. Song Kang was already known for more daring roles, but with Han So-hee, it seems like everything was elevated to the 10th power. Of course, officially, they never confirmed anything, but do they really need to? Nevertheless is one of those rare K-dramas that don't treat sex as taboo. It's there, as part of the plot, but also as part of the character's body language. And everything is done in such a raw way, so unfiltered, that it makes you want to put it on repeat, just to make sure you didn't imagine things. If the idea was to show a toxic romance with an almost destructive passion, congratulations. They succeeded. And if the question is, was it just acting? Well, watch it again and try to answer with conviction. And if Nevertheless is sexual tension disguised as art, The World of the Married is pure carnal explosion wrapped in betrayal, hatred, and revenge. And those who watch know, this K-drama has no breaks. Forget the traditional censorship of Korean dramas. Here, the camera doesn't hide, doesn't cut early, doesn't ease up. It shows you exactly what you need to feel the intensity, and sometimes even the discomfort, of the relationships portrayed. The story revolves around Ji Sun-woo, a successful doctor married to the apparently perfect Lee Tae-oh. But everything crumbles when she discovers she was betrayed. From there, the drama plunges into a spiral of brutal emotions, psychological violence, and of course, hot scenes that seem more like they're taken from an adult drama than a traditional Korean drama. There's a specific scene, which became both meme and controversy, where the cheating husband is with his mistress in a motel room. The light is red, sweat drips, the body moves naturally, and the moans are almost too real. Is it uncomfortable? Yes. Is it intense? Too much. And that's exactly what makes the scene unforgettable. Nothing there seems staged. Actress Han So-hee, who plays the mistress, delivers a performance so raw, so committed, that it's impossible not to think, that wasn't just acting. The way she looks, the way she breathes, the small gestures, everything transmits desire and possessiveness. And the most interesting part, the scene isn't made to be beautiful. It's made to show the impact, the tension, the emotional degradation. And this, incredibly, makes it even more sensual. The drama was a phenomenon in ratings, but also in social media repercussion. Many people questioned whether certain scenes didn't cross the limits. Others applauded the boldness, saying that finally K-dramas were showing what had always been hidden, that intimacy is also part of stories. And that, when well done, it can be as powerful as any plot twist. During the broadcast, interviews with the cast emerged saying how difficult it was to film certain scenes, that it was emotionally exhausting, that it required concentration, but at the same time, everyone knew they were doing something big, something that broke patterns. Something that would inevitably leave the audience wondering, was that really just acting? In the end, The World of the Married isn't a K-drama to watch expecting light romance. It's for those who can handle seeing the dirtiest and truest side of a relationship, and yes, for those who want to watch scenes that leave any viewer in shock and a little embarrassed to be watching with family in the living room. At first glance, Something in the Rain seems like another delicate K-drama, full of deep dialogues and silent moments. And it is. But behind this layer of sensitivity hides one of the best-built sexual tensions in K-drama history. Here, desire doesn't scream, it whispers. And that's exactly what makes things catch fire. The story revolves around Yoon Jin-ah, a woman in her 30s who falls in love with her best friend's younger brother, Seo Joon-hee. But unlike typical romances, here the focus isn't just on "I love you" or "let's be together." The focus is on lingering looks, silences loaded with intention, hands that touch accidentally, and mainly on what isn't said, but is felt. From the first episodes, the chemistry between the two is palpable. Jung Hae-in, who plays Joon-hee, has a gentle yet direct way of approaching Jin-ah. He doesn't force, he doesn't rush, he just looks and waits. And when they finally touch, the viewer is already there, melted. The first kiss scene already makes it clear. This isn't acting. It's something burning inside the screen. But the climax comes in the famous couch scene. It's a simple sequence. No words, no loud music, no cuts. Just the two of them, alone in an apartment, after a normal day. The tension builds at the rhythm of their breathing. His hand slowly slides down her arm. The look is fixed. The camera doesn't flee. The kiss happens. Slow, wet, long, and with a realism that honestly makes you look to the side to see if anyone else in the house is watching this with you. There's no nudity, there's no explicit bed scene, but there's truth, and maybe that makes everything even more intense. The commitment of both actors is so deep that the viewer feels like they're invading an intimate moment of a real couple, not two characters. And that's when the inevitable question comes. How did they manage to make this seem so real? Backstage rumors say that the two had a very strong friendship off camera, and that this helped build the trust to film such sensitive scenes. Others say it was all masterfully acted, but those who watch can't believe 100% in that. The truth is, there's a type of chemistry that can't be rehearsed. Either you have it or you don't, and they have it, in excess. Something in the Rain is that type of K-drama that doesn't need to show much to leave everything exposed. It makes you feel, it makes you desire, it makes you remember loves you had, or would like to have. And mainly, it leaves you with the uncomfortable feeling that what you saw might not have been just acting. Those who start My Name thinking they're going to watch another story of revenge, fighting, and mafia are right, but they're also completely unprepared for what comes in the middle. Because in the midst of all this action, tension, and blood, there's a scene that left everyone in shock. And it wasn't because of the shooting, it was because of the level of intimacy that appeared on screen. Without warning, without cuts, and without censorship. The story is centered on character Ji-woo, played by Han So-hee, a young woman who enters the criminal underworld to avenge her father's death. She lives at war, with others, and with herself. And because of that, everything in the drama is loaded with anger, pain, and intensity. But what no one expected was that, in a certain episode, the series would simply break the rhythm and deliver a sex scene that seems more like something from a Western drama than a Korean drama. It's quick, but it's raw. It's direct. No loud music, no shy angle, no saving cut. It's Han So-hee and An Bo-hyun in a moment of total surrender, where everything seems so natural that it becomes hard to breathe. The camera doesn't flee. It follows, shows the approach, the kiss that starts urgent, the body that yields, the shirt that comes off. And the most surprising, everything seems done without the slightest intention to please. It's simply true, dry, almost brutal, and exactly because of that, so impactful. The repercussion, of course, was immediate. Han So-hee had already done hot scenes in Nevertheless, but in My Name, she went beyond, much beyond, and proved she wasn't there to follow the traditional script of K-drama actresses who live on looks and holding hands. She wanted to show intensity, truth, and a type of desire that's rarely allowed on Korean screens. The chemistry between the two actors is absurd, and the contrast between the heavy atmosphere of the series and the explosion of that scene makes everything even more striking. It's as if the audience had been pulled back to reality with a slap in the face, a reminder that, even amid violence and tragedy, desire also exists. And it's wild. It's real. Some people criticized, saying the scene was unnecessary, but many more people applauded, saying that finally a K-drama had the courage to show intimacy as it really is. No little flowers, no censorship, no beating around the bush. My Name is living proof that sometimes the most unforgettable scene in a K-drama isn't a long kiss or a love declaration. It's the one that catches you off guard, takes your breath away, and leaves a question echoing in your head. Was that just acting? If you think a K-drama about marriage is just family drama and inheritance fights, it's because you haven't seen Love Feat, Marriage and Divorce yet. This one is the type of production that seems made to break any expectation the audience has about what's allowed to be shown in a K-drama. And honestly, it breaks with pleasure. From the first episodes, you understand the atmosphere is different. None of this, they'll touch each other in 7 episodes, or the kiss will come in the last chapter. Here, it's direct, Couple in the motel, towel on the floor, camera positioned to show the tension, the sweat, the slow approach, and everything that happens after. The scenes are so intense that many people swore the drama was from another country. But no, it's Korean indeed, just without breaks. The series' proposal is to explore marriages in crisis, betrayals, and the backstage of adult relationships. And when I say adult, it's not just in the theme, but also in the form. The dialogues are mature, the conflicts are serious, and the intimacy scenes are filmed with a level of detail that borders on European cinema. And this isn't an exaggeration. There's a specific scene where the main couple is in a room, low light, tense silence, and suddenly, everything explodes. The exchange of looks, the way hands slide, how bodies meet. Nothing there is robotic or fake. It's as if the camera had been forgotten in the room while two real people surrendered to each other. And if you watched, you know it's not an exaggeration to say this. Another detail that draws attention is the sound. The drama makes sure to use minimal soundtracks or no soundtrack in the hottest scenes. What remains? Breathing, touch, sheet noise, things we rarely see, or better, hear, in a traditional K-drama. And all this puts you as a viewer in a strange place, between fascination and embarrassment. The naturalness of the performances is so absurd that many people went to find out if the actors were really married in real life. They weren't, but they could be, because the chemistry on screen surpasses the level of actors fulfilling the script and enters the field of, this is too good to be just professionalism. Love feat. Marriage and divorce isn't just a hot K-drama. It's a slap in the face of romantic cliches. It's a raw portrait of relationships that happen away from the public eye. And above all, it's a reminder that not every romance needs to be pure to be deep. Sometimes it needs to be intense, carnal, real. And here, that's exactly what they deliver. Without censorship, without modesty, and without apologizing.